Hey guys, this is Johnny D from the Climb Show Music Business Podcast on American Songwriter Magazine's podcast network. You can find that at americansongwriter.com/podcast. We are live reporting here from the Nashville Nights International Songwriters Festival in Odense, Denmark. And my guest here today is Mr. Eric Paslay. Eric, thank you. Welcome.
Good to be here. We're hanging out in Denmark.
We're hanging out in Denmark.
You got to come to Denmark. Come over across the pond.
That's right. What, first time in Denmark?
First time in Denmark. I've been, it's beautiful. Lovely people. Second friendliest place, happiest place on earth.
Most popular answer, people.
Yeah.
People are amazing.
It's good.
And then the buildings.
Yeah, the buildings. I've done many tours in Europe so far, at least for a country and Western singer.
Right.
I think we've done 4 or 5 tours in Europe. So my goal is always to add another country.
So you sing both kinds of music?
All both kinds. And Western. Yeah.
I love that. So, well, talk a little bit about how you got on the festival. Like, how did you and Blue end up?
I've known Blue Foley for years,
yeah.
And he's just such a hoot to be around. He's so fun and happy, and he's just a blast. And I think after the year that we had, it's like anyone reaching out, you're just like, hey, I miss you, man. And, whenever you get a text from Blue, it's like, what's going on? And he called me, and he didn't have to convince me too hard to say yes to come hang out in Denmark. So it's good to be here, and there's so much talent and so many fun friends, and getting to hang out together here safely. Mm-hmm. It feels very freeing that so many people are vaccinated here, and it's just the country's open.
It's open, yeah. It really is. It's great. So I know everybody on this festival is just truly amazing. We got a lot of great talent. Is there any up-and-comers that caught your eye that you like, that you think?
It's pretty amazing. Emma and Hunter, and they're just some really good talent here.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I mean, I've been on the road there's been a pocket of, I was in Nashville for so many years, just the grind of writing and trying to get labels to sign you, and then trying to get other people to record your songs and all of that you're really entrenched in. And you kind of have your crew that you come up with writers, and you know everyone in town. And then record deal, and you go tour and tour and tour. And when you get home, you don't go out as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. And so it's cool to be in a world where I'm getting to meet the younger new talent and all kinds of people coming up. So
sure.
It's I think I've realized that's happened over the years. So I'm trying to make sure I get to hang out around the new excited talent coming to town. It's
invigorating, right? It adds a different perspective, and that's cool. When you pick a writing room, is there a certain thing that you do? Do you feel you're stronger on melody than lyrics, or lyrics than melody, or anything like that, and you choose intentionally that way, or is it more just? It just
depends on the day, I think. I mean, it's always intriguing to have the soundtrack playing before you write the words in the movie,
Right.
I always think if this is the soundtrack, what would they say, and then flip it on its head. But I don't know, it depends. There's definitely been a lot of hits and a lot of just songs I write that fall out of the ceiling, and sometimes you show up with a melody and an idea, and then it totally gets changed. You just never know. I mean, that's why we write so much, is when a great idea shows up, you don't screw it up too bad.
That's right. You got a couple other people in the room to keep you on track from hitting the guardrails.
But right. I like both ways. There's definitely times where I'm just sitting there typing away as a co-writer's just, coming up with genius. But
you're just trying to capture all the wind.
Yeah, and there's sometimes someone else is catching what I'm doing. So, but it's more fun when you share. Tim and Tyler and I wrote today, and
good.
Caught a good song, and so yeah.
I love it. I love it. Let me ask you this: in your opinion, what's the difference for American Songwriter audience? What's the difference between a good song and a great song?
An opinion. I don't know.
That's a really good answer. Someone's opinion.
It's in the ear of the beholder. It's there are good songs that are so attached to people's lives that they're extremely special. And there are great songs that they will never hear with no rhyme or reason. Just no one was recording at the right time. But I think ultimately, to me, the difference between a great and good song is every line in the song can can mean this much or could mean this much. Like if you really look at the lyrics, how do they write it? There's just genius lines, or just it could be very simple or extremely smart, you know. And I think the best songs are that. But also, I mean, the best songs are, a great song can connect to everyone. A good song can connect to one market. So in my world, yeah, you got me thinking. I think the greatest songs, anyone in the world, regardless of what flag you're under, what language you speak, can be moved by it. Mm-hmm. A good song might only speak to this group of people. And I think I'm always aiming to write a great song to where, because I think music's the ultimate, I keep saying it, the ultimate passport. Like you don't have to have any, you don't have to have a passport to go where these people are at when you get to hear what they're writing or singing. And I love listening to all kinds of music in the world and trying to be inspired by it and not, not keep myself in a box too much, because music is always changing, people are always changing, but I think love stays the same.
Is that tricky to do when you're, on the bus all the time, touring around?
I mean, you got a stereo, just turn it up, listen to music.
What if we had this device that can answer all the questions and reach all the music in the world?
Yeah,
all of our hands
isn't that amazing?
We
have so many answers, but we still can't find the answers. Right?
That's the truth, they're all there.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, it's always, it's definitely been inspiring coming over here and hearing so many great writers and great music and remembering what your buddies wrote. Dear God, like all the hits.
Right?
Gosh.
Really?
and it's great to be out again, and great to be out in the country where everybody's running around free and having a good time. And I haven't heard a cough yet, so it's kind of good.
Well, that's good. That's right. That's right. So, as an artist now, when you pick your team and put that team around you, what are you looking for essentially, like component-wise, like pieces of the puzzle?
As an artist? On the artist side, I mean, as writer and artist, you need to have a champion. You need to have someone that is always, they're such a fan of yours and believe in what you do so much that they just they'll take no, but they don't believe it, right? And that means if someone's ever selling you or your song, their eyes say it. So if they're not a fan of you and they're like, he's the best thing ever, this is the best song of the week, well, I don't believe you, why should I play it? I don't believe you, why should I book them? So I mean, like, any new kid or old kid or whatever, I would just say, make sure that your team is made up of people who are truly a fan of yours and have time to work with you. Don't just sign at the giant company because the big guy sells you over. Make sure who you are actually working with is a fan of yours and they're actually talented enough to get you where you need to go.
It can be a blessing or a curse, right?
Oh, everything is.
Yeah, that's true. So as the tide is changing here and the paradigm shift is happening in the marketplace, is there anything that you're doing to get the art, your songs, and the artist yourself in front of new eyeballs outside of broadcast platforms?
Yeah, I mean, definitely just the fact that you can put new music up whenever. I've been working on some music to put out, and the goal is to put, it's like if you put out 1,000 songs this year, not that I'm doing that, but I mean, it's like, well, if nobody hears it, nobody hears it. But if one takes off and it's a phenomenon, you look like a genius, But it's, I guess it's, how many lures do you want to throw in the pond? It's like, well, you might get one to bite. But
anything like on the promotion side of that, I guess, because I know you have a fan base that will lie down in traffic for you.
Yeah, we actually there's so many interesting things with like blockchain NFTs and all this type of thing. They just announced I'm working with a company called Solo. It'll be interesting with like ticket sales and all kinds of things. We're just going to start flirting around and seeing. I enjoy making art and all kinds of other things other than just music. So we'll see where that goes. But I mean, we've always got a project going on. If we're not renovating a house, we're coming up with cool ideas to get music out. But it's always changing. I can dance really well. I haven't really.
You got that as a fallback?
Yeah, but
That's good to know because
my TikTok is full of DIY stuff. So if you need to know how to lay a shower floor, or a shower pan, I'm kind of like, I'll just do the DIY stuff. I danced enough on stage with High Class. You can watch those videos. Go watch me moonwalk or something. But
I like to hear that fallback. That blockchain stuff, we had an interview on the podcast with Edward McCain, who teamed up with William, I'm forgetting his last name now. He's a super high-powered music attorney. His co-counsel brokered that Beeple deal.
Wow.
Which was like astounding. And then a guy named Rick Wells, who was the tech blockchain expert guy, and they're putting this whole thing together. And
basically everyone's like, what in the
what is blockchain?
But eventually you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think, actually, I haven't figured it out yet. But I mean, it's basically, if I buy a ticket for a show, I can't go scalp it because they know. Basically, you'll never buy if I'm a scalper outside of name a Coldplay concert, whoever, Tim McGraw, Luke Bryant, like you're gonna grab the ticket and they're actually fake. You show up to the counter, you just paid $100 for it, $300 for it, whatever, and they're like, this isn't a real ticket. It's not a real ticket. If I bought a ticket and I can't go to Luke Bryan, I can sell it on blockchain to you, and it's 100% real because of how that system is laid out. Like you can't fake it.
The idea that an artist, instead of like the radio stations or the labels, could own the first 3 rows always, and then give those out as they saw fit. Or
also I could go make an album and only my 10 super fans get to buy it, and they can do whatever they want with it, or 1,000 fans, or 100, or 1,000,000 fans. It's literally, there's no rules.
The provenance. Like imagine, I tell people with that, like imagine being able to say, if blockchain existed back in the 90s, like, I was one of the first 10 Nirvana fans. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, no.
I really was. I was one that bought one of the 10.
Exactly. So
there's an interesting thing with that. And I love that it's, from paintings to art to this amazing animation, it's to music now, and just tangible, it's becoming more of a receipt for a tangible item as well, is just really interesting. And I think hopefully we'll make sure that everyone is paid fairly, and also that people aren't taken advantage of. And it also shows you how many people have extremely bored money. My goodness, some of these paintings and stuff.
Like the discretionary income.
One of those. If only I bought one of those gorilla paintings. They're like, one sold for like $6 million or something. I think I don't even know what. But it's it's really always learning and intrigued, and it's just the entertainment is endless. So
anything you want to say about solo? Like what you guys are doing?
We're just starting to work together. So we're like brainstorming. We've got some NFTs that are not tangible, and looking at doing some things that are tangible. I like building things, so we might have some products come up that there's only a limited few of that I've actually made. So.
And I think as a platform, I love that it eliminates the middleman, and then also gets everybody paid in the secondary market too.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting on the songwriter side. Even with PROs, it's like I'm grateful they pay all of us, but my buddy at BMI might be paid twice as much as me at ASCAP songs, or vice versa. And you're like, well, why? And they're like, well, we can't.
There's a rule.
There's no way to show you. If only there was a blockchain of plays equal this is what you're paid. But as a songwriter, that's not how it works. And we could get real dark, but it's not dark because I'm grateful I've been paid something
I don't want
in
you
my
to go
career.
there.
I'm not complaining, but it's I think it's healthy. Transparency is healthy. The truth is healthy. I can handle the truth if it's truly the truth.
Yeah.
Now, when opinions and hearsay and just like mafia style business just shows up, you're just like, come on, what the heck?
And there's a old bank robber back in the 1920s named Willie Sutton, and they interviewed him one time because he was like a big sort of colorful character in the news all the time. He'd rob a bank, be out with the movers and the shakers and the beautiful people in the town with the best suit, and then he'd get busted and go back to jail, break out, rob another bank. And they asked him, why do you rob the banks? And he just, well, that's where the money is. You know, and the reality is, whether it's a PRO or sadly a charity or, you know, a government body or anything, wherever there's a boatload of money, somebody somewhere, pension,
Someone's
trying to figure out how to create a new rule
Yeah.
to take it from.
where
So
they
I
legally
love
can
the
steal it.
directness of that blockchain.
I mean, I think it's and that has nothing to do with any individual at any company. It's just
Human nature.
it means they would have less headaches. You know?
Yeah,
Dear
well,
Lord,
that's-
wouldn't it just be more fun if it was fun?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. It's like I kind of want to run a label just to like, do you like this song? You don't like this song. How about we pick another song? Who here likes this song?
Yeah.
Now let's have fun.
And to be
You
real-
all like this song. We don't have to ask someone to write us a whole packet that we paid way too much money for to see if we actually like this song. It's like, you love music, I love music. Do you like this song? I do. Is it gonna blow your mind? No, but I really wanna drink a lot of beer and dance my ass off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, or is this song of the year? Yes. Will it be on the radio? Maybe not, but we're gonna win a Grammy and this artist will be around for forever, and they should be. You know, like understanding what you have and why it's special and how can you take that to the next level. I'm always inspired by that, and I always believe, regardless of what someone does, if it's special, it should be heard, and that everybody's special. You know, ultimately, regardless of how famous you are or aren't. I'm sure there's plenty of people watching this. It's like you might never have a song heard on the radio. That doesn't mean your song's awful.
Yeah.
It might mean it's too good. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing.
And that means never give up. Keep writing. Keep having fun. Keep listening. Good vibes are always good, even though we're kind of getting in some dark waters there. But it's, I think,
It's real.
finding the light at the end and making sure that you don't lose sight of we get to move air for a living and have a lot of fun doing it. And we got to fly over to Denmark and do it over here. So
And
it's
they
a whole lot of
love
fun.
country music over here. Like,
It's amazing.
we got a lot of post interviews with attendees that were there, and I'm like, "Why did you fly from Norway to come and see this? You
Yeah.
know, do you want to say that on camera?" They're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
country music. Like, we love the stories. We love, you know, they're really responding to that." And so I love that you guys did this and you came over and you were part of that. So
Yeah.
let's wrap it up there. I think this is a
Good to
perfect
be
button,
here.
right?
I'll be back. I'm sure you'll be back.
I will be back too.
I'll definitely be back. Well, I'll actually be back in April and May. I've got 25 dates with the Shires here just in the UK. So England, Scotland.
Okay.
I'll be with Ben and Chrissy.
Any new releases that we need to talk about before we say goodbye?
Nice Guy's out. We just started releasing
Yes.
the Nice Guy. We shot Nice Guy live. Me and the guys in the band spaced out and rocked the whole album from front to back.
Nice.
So, and that album's out, and there's plenty of music videos. I actually shot all the music videos here in Europe on a tour a couple years ago.
Really?
Before the album came out. It's almost at a year.
I think
that
I
the
caught
album's
some of
out.
that stuff when I put the some
Yeah,
of the
so
promos together.
Amsterdam, Oslo, I mean, we were Aschaffenburg, Germany, all kinds of places.
Oh, cool.
And my distant cousin Brad Paisley and Charles Eston and all kinds of people are in the Nice Guy video. So go
Okay,
check
I
it
gotta
out.
check that. I haven't
So-
seen that.
We've been posting away.
Where can they find that?
Instagram, all of that. It's Eric. Pretty much everything's Eric Paslay.
That's where they go. Okay.
Yeah, Paslay.
There we go. All right, guys. Johnny D from the Climb Show Music Business Podcast on American Songwriter Magazine's podcast network. That's americansongwriter.com/podcast. Once again, broadcasting live from the Nashville Nights International Songwriting Festival here in Odense, Denmark with Eric Paslay. Eric, thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to you soon, guys.